Welcome back to AP Economics. Today we will be delving into the fascinating topic of the short-run decision to produce. In particular, we'll explore how cost analysis plays a crucial role in determining whether a firm should continue production or shut down in the short run. So, let's get started. The most important thing to know about this topic is the shutdown rule. The shutdown rule in microecon refers to a decision-making guideline for a firm in the short run. It helps the firm determine whether it should continue operating or temporarily cease production based on its ability to cover its variable cost. So according to the shutdown rule, a firm should shut down and cease production in the short run if it is unable to cover its variable costs. Here is an example of a firm making zero economic profit. We know they're making zero economic profit because their lowest point of their ATC meets their MC equals MR, or their profit maximizing price and quantity. As such, their total cost equals their total revenue. In a scenario like this one, firms would remain in the market and continue producing. However, this typically occurs in the long run. Now let's look at how the shutdown rule would apply to a market. In this example here, ATC and AVC are being represented. AVC is this curve right here, and ATC is this curve right here. As you can see, ATC is above AVC. This firm right here is experiencing a loss right here. This is because their ATC is above their price, and so their total revenue is less than their total cost. In most cases, one would assume that firms would decide to exit the market. But as we can see here, their average variable cost is at their profit maximizing point and quantity. Because of this, firms would remain in the market. Their variable cost is covered by their total revenue, and so they would not be losing any money by staying in the market. As firms in the long run would begin exiting the market, this firm specifically would end up raising their prices and they would eventually reach zero economic profit. However, in a case like this one, firms would decide to exit the market. This is because their AVC is above their price. In a case like this, the firm would be unable to cover its variable cost. Their variable cost would exceed their total revenue, and so they would be experiencing more losses by staying in the market than they would by exiting the market. Now, in a market like this one, where ATC is below their profit maximizing point, firms would remain in the market. This is because at this point they're experiencing profit. Their profit would be found here. Because they're experiencing profit in the short run, they would decide to remain and produce in the market in the long run. And in the long run, firms would be entering the market and eventually they too would experience a zero economic profit or a normal profit. Now let's look at how this shutdown rule applies when we are not giving graphs but just numbers. So now let's take a look at this question. A firm produces 12 units and sells each one for $6. The firm's ATC, average total cost, is $13 and their AVC is $8. Determine whether the firm should shut down or continue producing. So now we need to determine three things: the firm's total cost, variable cost, and total revenue. To find the total cost, we will multiply the ATC by the number of units sold. So in this case, it would be $13 times 12 units, which equals to $156. So that is the firm's total cost. Now we have to find the variable cost. The variable cost, much like the total cost, would be found by multiplying AVC, which is $8 in this case, by the number of units sold. So it'd be $8 times 12 units, and that would equal to $96. And now we need to find total revenue. Total revenue is found by multiplying the number of units sold and the price of each unit. So this would be 12 times $6, which would equal to $72 for its total revenue. Now, we have two questions to figure out. One, is the firm experiencing profit or loss? And should it keep producing or should it shut down? In this case, the firm is experiencing a loss. of $84. We would find this loss by subtracting the total cost from the total revenue. So 156 minus 72 is $84. As for the second question, should it keep producing or should it shut down? The firm would shut down. This is because its loss is less than its variable cost. The total revenue cannot cover the variable cost, and so by staying in the market, the firm is losing more than if it were to exit the market. Now it's time for you to practice. Read over this question and pause the video if you need and try to answer this question on your own. Okay, so let's read this question together. A firm sells t-shirts for $50 a piece. Assume its profit maximizing quantity is 70 units. If its fixed costs are $1,000 and its AVC is $30, should the firm remain or exit the market? So first, like before, we have three things to consider. Let's start by first finding the variable cost. To find the variable cost, we would multiply the average variable cost, so $30, by the total number of units sold, so $70. So our answer, or our variable cost, would be $2,100. Next, let's find our total cost. So total cost is variable cost plus fixed cost. So we know that our variable cost is $2,100 and our fixed costs are $1,000. So $2,100 plus $1,000 equal $3,200. Finally, let's figure out our total revenue. Total revenue, again, is price of the product times units sold. So $50 times 70 units is $3,500. So, is the firm experiencing profit or loss? Well, the firm is experiencing profit because total revenue minus total cost, so $3,500 minus $3,200 is $300. And should the firm stay or should it leave? It should stay. The firm is experiencing profit, so it has no reason to consider exiting the market. Now let's check your understanding of this topic with this multiple choice question. Read over the question and take a few moments to get the answer. So the answer is D, P4. This is because this price is below the average variable cost, and based off the shutdown rule, if price is below average variable cost, then the firm should shut down. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.